What's up, guys? Welcome back again to my channel and to my kitchen. So today I am going to show you how I make some delicious pumpkin beef soup. So let's get right into the video. So here I have my flour. Now I'm using all-purpose flour to make my dumplings. I'm also going to use some cornmeal. So as I go along, I'm going to list the ingredients. Now I'm going to have some sweet corn. Now I'm using the Nation's Choice sweet corn. Now if you want to use a fresh corn, you can go ahead and use it, but that's the one I had. Alright. I have my soup bone. Yeah, the bone that, yeah, but you have look at meat pan it, yes. So I have my cock soup as well. Now I have my yellow yam. I'm not gonna use all of this yam because I really love the broth of the soup, not really the food. I have my carrot, I have pumpkin. I'm using the very yellow pumpkin, as I know it give your soup that nice vibrant color. And I also choose to use some Irish potato. May I use one, not a very big piece, as I said I don't love no food in my soup. And my fresh scallion and thyme, my garlic and my pepper. Alright, now I went ahead, y'all, wash my meat. Of course, you have to wash your meat, and I added some water to my pressure cooker. Now I'm gonna pressure cook my beef. However, you don't have to do that. You could always slow cook yours. So I'm gonna add a little all-purpose seasoning to the water just to flavor the beef as it cooks. Right, I'm also gonna add some black pepper. Now I'm gonna let it come to a rapid boil, but I'm also gonna add some fresh seasoning like some garlic, thyme, scallion. Alright, because you know you want your beef to cook with flavor. You could also season your beef, but I don't like to season my meat when I'm preparing my soup. I like to just flavor the water. Alright, so let it come to a boil, just bring out all the flavors. When it starts boiling, I'm going to add the beef. Now I'm going to cover and let it pressure maybe for about 15 to 20 minutes or until fork tender. Okay, you don't necessarily have to make a beef extremely soft, as you know, y'all. As it cooks with the food and all of that, it's gonna be even softer. Now, as I can see, even though I use a beef bone, I purchased it at the supermarket. It don't have a lot of meat on it, but you know, I still have some meat. I'm not the meat person in soup, also. Yes, guys, me kinda, when it comes on to food, me very picky in a sense, right? So I love more like the bone in the soup. But if you want enough meat in your soup, just go ahead and use the beef of your choice. Now I'm gonna let it pressure, as I said, for about 15 to 20 minutes. But I'm gonna add a little salt, because you know salt give your food flavor. Alright, so after doing so, I'll cover the pot. When it finished cooking, I'll return and show you what I do next. Now guys, it's fully pressured, and as I can see, it released a lot of grease. I don't love a lot of grease in my soup, so I'm gonna remove some of the fat. Alright, don't remove all of it because that fat adds flavor as well. I know I have to get rid of all of the flavor in your soup. Right, now I am going to add my pumpkin. Now I went off camera, prepared all my ingredients, and yeah, just make the video flow, you know. Yes, so I'm gonna add it. All right, so I'm gonna add the pumpkin, and I'm going to add the carrot. All right, because you know you need them to cook before you can add your food. Now I have several soup recipes, guys, and I'll leave a link in the description box where you could check them out. Now, as I said before, my beef fully cooked. You know, it's fork tender, but you know it could have cooked a little better. Right, now I'm gonna add the pumpkin. Now you want to cut them in some chunks. You don't necessarily have to make them very small, but you can cut it to your preference. But you know, the bigger it is, the longer it takes to cook. Alright, so I'm gonna just cook it until it's fork tender along with my carrot, and then I'll return, show you what I do next. For me, y'all, I don't like to add a lot of carrots in my soup. Like, it just make it have a little bitterish taste. I'm gonna like, so I like one big carrot depending on the amount of soup I make. And you know, the pumpkin also varies. Alright, I also like to leave a little skin on my pumpkin. The skin has so much nutrients, guys, where you don't want to waste. Alright, so if you like, you could add a small piece of the skin on your pumpkin like I did. However, you don't necessarily have to do that. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more water. You don't necessarily have to do that, but me love when my soup have a lot of broth. Alright? That's a part of my love, love, love. Now the pumpkin is fully cooked. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crush my pumpkin. I don't like my whole pumpkin in the soup. I love when it crush and the pumpkin look pretty and yellow and nice. Alright, because I eat with my eyes and I love when the food look pretty and presentable. Well, actually, this is completely optional. You don't necessarily have to do it. But as I said, guys, I eat with my eyes. Once the food look pretty and bright and colorful, I'll definitely eat it. If the soup color look like that, trust me, I don't want it because it does come like it's just a turn off for me. I love my soup have that nice pretty color. Now I'm gonna add my hard boiled food. Now I'm gonna add my yam and my Irish, and I cut them in some bite-sized pieces when I like not big old or something on my soup, right? But depending on the size that you like, right? So the smaller it is for me, the faster it cooks, and also the more presentable it looks in my plate. However, you don't necessarily have to do yours like that, but that's just my choice. I also cut my corn in some smaller pieces. Now, if you don't want to do that, you don't necessarily have to do that, alright? Now we're gonna make way food cook, alright? Because you want to add your food in stages when you're making a soup. You don't have to throw down everything in there. So I went ahead, y'all, and I made the dumpling. Yes, make the dumpling dough. Now I add them to the pot. Now I added some cornmeal, I added a little salt, and I use water. Add the water little by little to form the dough. You don't want the dough to be too soft because you know why dumpling be soft. Alright, you just want to knead until it comes together and it's smooth, but you don't want it to be extremely soft. Alright, so make the dumpling to your preference, and remember your kitchen, so do whatever you want to do. Alright, now I'm not making a lot of food. As you can see, I'm not putting a lot of food in the soup. I don't love a lot of food in the soup. Now if you love to load your soup with food, and you can add any other vegetable you like or any other provision, like if you want to add like sweet potato, or if you want to add a chocho, or whatever you want to add in your soup. But these are the only ground provisions I normally add to my soup. Normally I add my sweet corn, but if you are using the fresh corn, then fresh corn tough, so you have to go pressure it when you pressure your beef. Alright, not wrong if you pressure it with the beef, guys. Alright, so I just add my sweet corn because the sweet corn it cook already. So I don't necessarily have to add it like before. Yes, so this is the time that I chose to add it. Now I'm using the Maggi cock soup. What if you don't like the noodles? Then you could always use a saver just to remove, just to get the powder. But I love the noodle, guys. It don't do me nothing. I don't really like to waste things. For me, that would be a waste if I did not use it in my soup, or I just. Now may I add some more fresh seasoning, because you want to season your pot as you go along. The more fresh seasoning, the better. Alright, so add some more fresh seasoning. I added some more scallion, some more thyme. I add one scotch bonnet pepper. I add lots of garlic. Guys, I love garlic in my soup. And I also added my pimento seed. Now here I'm adding my cock soup. Now as I said before, you don't necessarily have to do this. You could always just use the powder. Alright, now also the noodle let your soup become thicker. I don't love my soup very thick, but at the same time I don't want it too long. I want it to be a moderate thickness, right? You don't want it too thick, you don't want it too long. Alright, now just give it a taste test when it comes to a boil, and if you need any flavoring you could add some salt, or if you have any vegetable stock, or if you want to use some Maggi all-purpose or any other all-purpose seasoning. And you can even add some beef seasoning because you must say a beef soup you make, right? Now I added some all-purpose seasoning. Now I added it to my taste. Now remember that everybody tastes but different. So maybe you taste your soup and you don't need anything, then just leave it out. But for me, I needed some, so I added it. Alright, just cover your pot, make a soup bubble, and make your food cook. And yeah, when it's all done, I'll show you the end product. Alright, now I trust you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe if you're new. Turn on all notifications so you never miss another upload. But trust me guys, you always get some nice uploads over here and they won't disappoint you. Alright, now the soup is all done, and trust me guys, it smells amazing and it even tastes better. Now I'm gonna plate up some for you and then I'll show you the end product. Now I like to remove all of them natural season there, cause them do them thing already guys, you know. So I'm gonna need fi leave them in the pot. I'm gonna have to share them and then I'm food or anything like that. Now the this is how I like my soup. As I said, I don't like it extremely thick, you know, but if you want yours to be thicker, just use less liquid than I did. Alright, now this is the end product. Thank you so much for watching, and go and big up on yourself straight.